Welcome back to the Makers Gonna Learn YouTube channel. Hopefully you guys are having a great day. It's like,
I'm so excited.
it's fall vibes. First of all, Lauren got a haircut. It looks
I don't know
good.
if they can tell or
It
not.
looks good. It's giving Ella Langley, but more so giving, like, I would catch you stepping out of a Corvette in like an all denim jumpsuit with aviator sunglasses on in 1975. I'm just saying, it's like a vibe.
Can I tell you what I told her as far as like what vibe I was going for?
Yeah.
I said I want almost like a 90s mom bang meets a 70s shag haircut.
Oh, she nailed it.
She nailed it.
She nailed it. I need to be, I love my hair. I was going to say, I should call up your hair girl, but I love my hair girl too.
Yeah.
We got good hair girls. Shout out to all the hair girls out there.
Shout out. We love you.
Seriously. But anyways, we're going to be working with some printable DTV. This is like, you've probably heard people call it printable vinyl, but this is like printable heat transfer vinyl versus like sticker paper.
Yes, and the thing with this, I feel like we've used this quite a few times on the channel, but today we're going to be taking this and showing you how you can create lots of different pieces and then transfer it over. Because I feel like a lot of times we've used the Caesar DTV, which, first of all, we adore.
Yeah, it's one of our favorite products.
It's one of our favorites.
Yeah.
But it's also, it's one of those that if you don't create it in one piece, sometimes you're left with, where do I go from here? So what we're gonna be doing today is we're gonna teach you how to not only create trendy shirt designs, but how to create multiple piece shirt, how to use a design that is multiple pieces using the Caesar DTV and transferring it over to your shirt.
Yes, and we're going to be having some Canva elements in today's tutorial, but if you don't want to use Canva, you really don't have to.
No.
We wanted pink pumpkins, so we're going to show you how to make pink pumpkins.
Yes.
And the bows, the coquette bows, you may see bows everywhere. If you hear the term coquette bows, that is like the trend that we're riding on today. Obviously, anything pumpkin around fall season is going to be popping off, so we have combined the two to make a really cute shirt. So
so Cynthia, number one, Cynthia says, I get so confused on product. I'm glad you asked that. We're going to address that when we get to the table because I think it's going to help you understand when you see it in person. Because I don't want to be talking a bunch of letters and throwing out a bunch of acronyms at you without you being able to see the product. So I think if you just give us a minute, we're going to answer your question. We'll go into detail about the difference between these, okay? But in the meantime, if you want to recreate this exact project that we're going to be doing today, we do have an amazing deal going on right now. You can grab our membership for only $1. What that means is you get 7 days unlimited access to our website. You get 20 download credits, meaning you can download the pumpkins that we're going to be using today. You can mix and match between cut files and fonts. You can do all one, all the other. It doesn't matter. But you're going to get 7 days unlimited access to our website, 20 download credits, bringing it to 5 cents a download. And so that you can kind of try it before you buy it. That's the whole reasoning behind the dollar deal is we want to give you the opportunity to try it before we buy it. We stand behind our teaching skills here. We feel like we do a very good job helping you really get the most out of your investment. You've already invested into your Cricut machine. Why not invest a little bit more and actually learn how to use it? Because a lot of people, I feel like, purchase their machines, and I feel like I can say this from experience. I love my mother more than life itself, but she is a prime example of purchasing something and then saying, but I don't know how to use it. That's where we come in. We teach you how to use it so you can get the most out of your machine.
Yes. So lots of fun stuff. And y'all, when you get in there, you're going to be mind blown. The amount of things that are behind the membership that you don't even see out here is just unmatched. I mean, there's so much content inside of the membership. So the link is going to be in the description. It's also going to be in the chat. If you guys want to grab it from over there, feel free to do that.
Yep.
But we'll go ahead and jump right into the tutorial. If y'all have questions, pop them in the chat.
Great.
I'm just looking and I already see that we don't have any heat transfer tape.
I'll get it.
Heat transfer tape.
Or Do you want me to grab the TTD or like an actual heat transfer tape?
Either.
Okay.
Just whatever we have.
Okay.
So we're going to be talking about Caesar Easy Color DTV. Now we're going to go overhead and I'm going to show you guys the product that we're using today. So this is they sent us this like last year sometime. But this is basically, I'm going to show you guys this paper. This feels so unique to anything else we use here in the office. It almost has, do you guys ever have those like soft gripped phone cases? The back of the Caesar vinyl feels like that to me. It's like a very soft, flexible, almost material. So you're going to print on the white side. This is just the back side. Yeah, that's good. And then you print it on an inkjet printer, and then you just take the heat transfer tape, also known as the TTD mask, and that goes on top of it so you can transfer it over. Because you know, normally whenever you work with HTV, it's got that built-in carrier sheet and you cut it from the back and then weed it and then transfer it on. With this, you print it, weed it, and then you've got to apply the transfer tape because we're not going to be cutting upside down or anything like that. You print it, cut it, weed it, apply the transfer tape, and then put it on your shirt. So I'm going to be taking you through all the steps on how to do that. Do not feel overwhelmed by this. This is actually probably one of the easiest ways to achieve a shirt that looks this good quickly. Okay, so we've got this shirt right here. This is what we're going to be creating, and y'all can use this material to create pretty much any type of print and cut image. Like if you have some kind of image you're wanting to put on a shirt that is very detailed, this is really good for images that have shading and lots of detail, like these bows. These are watercolor bows, and then we've even made these pumpkins look like watercolor pumpkins, and then that just gives it that much more dimension. Rather than just putting like a pink bow silhouette, this really levels it up in my opinion.
Now, this is done on a regular inkjet printer. This is not done on a sublimation printer, in case you all were wondering. I know we had our friend Brandy ask. Yes. This is just a regular inkjet printer.
Yes. So you're gonna need transfer tape, this right here. They are sold separately, so make sure if you do purchase the Easy Color DTV that you also pick up some TTD mask or just some heat transfer tape. TTD Easy Mask is heat transfer tape. And then I've got a standard grip mat. You'll need an inkjet printer, and you're obviously going to need your Cricut. And then all the files we're using are linked below as well. So with that being said, let's go to share screen. And we're gonna go ahead and start designing. Now, I like to go get all of my files. So we're gonna start with this watercolor checkered pumpkin. It is orange. Now, I love it, how it is, but we wanted to do the pink because pink is just in, I don't know, since the Barbie movie, I feel like we've been in girl power mode. So I'm here for it, you know what I mean?
Here for it. The future is female.
The future is female, period. So I'm just going to download that. It's going to pop into this little folder over here. But before I do anything else, I'm going to go get my bows too. Let's go download our bows. These are in our new cut file release. So these are brand new. And we actually made them for this project, I believe. So there's 4 here. I'm going to go ahead and download all of these. They're going to pop up here into this little quick download section. I'm just hitting this little down arrow and it's popping them all into my download section. So super easy. And then what we'll need to do is go to Canva. This is where we go to Canva. I personally like working in Canva, especially with PNG images because they're so much more detailed, and a lot of times Cricut Design Space takes forever to load images that have a lot of detail. We were actually having issues with it this morning, and so I just like to design in Canva, pull it into Cricut so I can cut it, and that's just the way I like to work. I've been doing a lot of that this year because we came out with the Canva course, and I just got so accustomed to the quickness of Canva, and I just like it like that. Now, you're gonna wanna measure your shirt. So depending on the shirt you're making, this is a toddler shirt. So if you're doing a small one, the size is gonna vary pretty good. But let's see here.
Do you have another shirt, or are you gonna make another one?
I don't have one. I am gonna make one. I don't know.
So you want me to go grab one?
Mm-hmm.
Will do.
So this
BRB.
So you don't want it to go like from armpit to armpit. Like you don't want the design coming all the way out here. I like to measure the area that I want my image to fit inside of. So this one is about 7, yeah, I'd say about 7 by, let's see, honestly, like 7.5. So back in Canva, I'm going to change my units to inches, and we're going to do 7 by 7.5, and then create new design. That's cute.
Or do you want me to just plain white? I can grab just plain white one.
I think that's fine.
Let me grab it just plain
Okay.
white, just in case.
Okay. And then I'm going to hit create new design. And then we've got just our little blank canvas. Nothing makes me happier than a blank canvas, you know? So now from here, we have all these images that we pulled into our uploads. You can, depending on if they're zipped up or not, sometimes it'll allow you to click and drag these over, but if it's zipped, it's gonna give you this upload error. So we're gonna need to unzip our files. So I'm just gonna click right here. Now, if you don't see that little area in your downloads, just go to your File Explorer or your Finder, depending on if you're using a Windows or a Mac, and then you can see your images over here. All you need to do to unzip a file is to double click it. Beautiful, thank you. So I'm just gonna unzip all of these little bows, and then I can select all these 4 at once, click and drag, and it's just gonna pop right into our uploads. I can tell it's working because this little upload guy starts filling up with water. And I think that's so cute that they do that. So all my little bows are there, and then my little pumpkin. We gotta go get our little pumpkin. Let's go open our Finder. Where is he at? There he is. We're also gonna be using a pumpkin from Canva. So you can incorporate like elements from other places. If you already have some pumpkin files you wanna use, go for it. Oh, this is a little cutie shirt. This is from Temu.
Did you answer Jan's question?
No.
Jan asked, can this be done on any color shirt or any material? Yes. Caesar DTV can be adhered to, I'm pretty sure it's pretty much any material, like cotton material, jersey. I don't know that we've ever tried to put it on like a dry fit shirt.
I have. Oh, sorry for hitting my mic. That was rude. Sorry, I have done that for my volleyball shirts, and it's fine. And we've even washed our shirts, and it's fine.
So you've sweated, washed, played, all the stuff, Caesar DTV on a dry fit shirt, and it was perfect.
Yes, I did
and
vinyl with DTV.
Was it were those the tie-dye purple ones?
No, they were, we did gray dry fits. It was for our summer league. And it said How I Set Your Mother, and all the O's were printed volleyballs.
Oh, okay.
So that was with this.
Beautiful.
I just did the O's in volleyballs.
Beautiful.
So, Delilah, if you're lost, we haven't really gotten started. I've just shown you guys how to download. Now, if you're like, I'm really lost on how to download my files, if you are not a member yet and you want to become a member, I want to encourage you all to sign up for that $1 deal and get into the 30 days to master your Cricut. This is the place that we're gonna lay the foundation for you guys to learn the basics of your Cricut, meaning you're gonna learn how to download fonts, download files, upload them into Cricut Design Space, do basic Cricut crafts, and then you can come back to us and do something that's a little bit more, maybe a little bit more intricate, and so you don't feel as lost. But the only thing we've done so far is download our files from the website and pull them into Canva.
Yep.
Okay, that's all we've done. So if you're feeling lost, that's where we're at now. And we're just gonna start designing. I measured my shirt, I pulled in a blank Canva document, and we can kind of get to going. Thank you, Kathy, so sweet. Okay, so let's go ahead. We're gonna start plugging and playing with our images. I'm just going to click the images that I want out of our uploads, and they're gonna pop over here into our design. I'm gonna kind of shrink them as I add them just because they come in kind of big, and then we will just resize them. I love the little bow trend. I am here for it. I think it's cute. I like anything girly. Now this grid style is also really on trend right now. Like you can replace bows and pumpkins with like ghosts and pumpkins, or like it can even not be Halloween. Like it could just be like footballs and fall leaves, or like literally anything in this little grid pattern is very on trend. You could do like bulldozers or dinosaurs or, you know, whatever. We're making a toddler shirt, so I feel like, I mean, I guess this isn't technically just a toddler shirt, but anyways. Okay, I've pulled my pumpkins in and my bows. Now, let's go get one more pumpkin, and then I'm going to show you guys how to change the color of images if you are not loving it. So I'm going to type in pink pumpkin just to fill up some spots, and we're going to go to see all graphics. Now, this is something that I want you all to start incorporating into your designing if you're not already. Pay attention to the images you already have and the style that your images are in. We are using watercolor images. So when I come over here to look for more images, I do not want to be pulling in an image that is an illustration like this. I mean, you could, in certain instances you could, but as a rule of thumb, I try to stick with the same design style whenever I'm picking out multiple images. That way my design doesn't look messy and it looks more cohesive and it'll look more elevated too. So like this one would probably be closer because it is watercolor. Like you could make this one work, I feel like, maybe if we change the color of it. But do you see how much different that would be versus like a black pumpkin illustration?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
If you want to go with illustrations, they all need to be illustrations.
Right.
If you want to go watercolor, they all need to be watercolor.
Exactly.
Watercolor.
Water. Oh, look how cute. Okay, let's delete this guy. I just love a pink pumpkin. There's something about it.
Okay, so Tara asked a good question. Curious, are most adult size designs wide format or 8.5 by 11? So with...
It's a good question.
That is a good question. It's just going to depend on... Because the thing is on like a size small shirt, you can be able to get by with a lot, like something that's printed on 8.5 by 11 or an extra larger 2X, you might not be able to get by with it. The good thing about this shirt, however, is the fact that we can design all of these elements, and if it comes down to it and we're putting it into Cricut Design Space, which you're doing this just as a PNG, right?
Yes.
So it will all come in together?
Yeah.
So I actually just scratched what I was about to say and I'm not even going to say it.
That's all right.
JK. I was thinking in my brain, not to get anybody more confused, that you could kind of design them, but like cut them out all different to make it bigger on a bigger shirt. And
you would have to adhere them separately.
Yeah, just adhere them, line them up and adhere them separately.
Yeah, that's a good way to do it.
But
either way,
we'll get back to the tutorial.
Okay, so let's go ahead. I need to duplicate this pumpkin, but I want to make it match the rest of our vibe. I'm also going to change these pink pumpkins because they're not the same shade of pink. It may look different to you all on screen. I don't know how closely they look on your screen, but my screen, the pinks are not the right tones. They're different tones, and that bothers me.
They are different tones on the screen.
Vinyl Tool Supply. Tell me your name again. Is it Sarah?
Sarah.
Sarah, I emailed you today. I emailed you, girl. I did. She said your bangs are giving life.
Thanks.
They really are. I was like, Lauren texted me last night. I was like, that's your haircut. That haircut was made for you. I believe it. I think it's so cute. Okay, so once you've got your images in here, any image that you need to change the color of, if you're working with a PNG, what I like to do is select the image, and then we're gonna go to edit. Okay, from here, you're gonna scroll down to duotone, okay? So we got duotone. Now look, we've got lots of options here, lots of different colors. You can see when I click these, they all change. You can even adjust the intensity if you just want like a shade of a color. This is definitely like not what we're wanting, but look, there's a custom option. This black and white one up here, I'm gonna select that. And then what you can do is change the color of the highlights and the shadows. So I'm gonna go to my highlights first, and let's do a light pink for our highlights. But it needs to be like this mauve-y pink, almost a little bit more red.
Mm-hmm.
And like, if you're looking to get like a muted tone, muted tones live closer to black. So like, if you want a brighter tone, you pull it more right. If you want a muted tone, you pull it down a little bit and to the right. Let's live there for 2 seconds. Let me go to my shadows. These are going to be our darker elements. So we're wanting to do this like pinky, mauve-y red, but we still want to see the plaid. So you don't want to make it like too light or too...
Because if you make it too close to the same color, you're not going to be able to see anything at all.
Yes. So we're just going to kind of play with this. It's got a lot of purple in it and a lot of red. Does this hurt you to watch me do?
Yeah, but it
hurts me to watch people do it. That's why I was asking.
Well, so Jenna asked a good question. Can you use your dropper to match the color? So yeah. Mm-hmm.
Here, let me just do that for you guys. Okay, so if you want to just do it the easier way, do this. We're gonna pick a light color from our bow and a dark color from our bow. So if I wanted to do a light, I'm going to come over here to like the lighter part of my bow and click on that. And then for the shadows, click the dropper.
And go toward like the center of the bow where it's a little darker. Oh my
Perfect match every time.
Perfect match every time.
I was honestly just trying to see if you guys would figure it out. I don't know why I wasn't doing listen, this is why I wasn't doing it, because sometimes Canva has the eyedropper tool and I get used to not having that option.
Yeah, so there are specific times where the eyedropper tool on Canva for some reason goes away.
Yeah, it just disappears.
And I don't understand it. So like in my brain, I try to like just keep designing, like teaching myself how to do it without the eyedropper, because yes, the eyedropper makes it so much easier.
That's literally why. Okay, so let's do the same thing with these Canva pumpkins. We're gonna go to duotone, we're gonna go to custom, and then we're gonna go to highlights, and we're gonna use the eyedropper tool, and we're just gonna select a light area of our bow and then do the same thing for the shadows.
And once we're done, we'll give you the exact color combo match here in a minute. We'll give you the hex codes if you want to.
Let's see.
If you want them to look exactly like this.
Okay.
And then just delete that bottom one and duplicate it?
Possibly, but I want to try something.
Okay.
So a lot of times when I'm trying to duplicate the style of something, like this one has this duotone, I'll go Control click and hit copy style. And then it changes it. So it'll even like adjust to your size and your colors. You can do this with fonts even. I think it's so easy to like just pop stuff wherever you want it. I could have easily duplicated that, but just a little tip.
I'm glad you showed them that, because now you can duplicate that pumpkin. I'm assuming you're putting it on the right side.
Yep.
There we go.
And I'm gonna actually flip them.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah. Okay. So we're almost there, but I like to get really particular, and especially with these grid designs, you want everything to be lined up. So I'm gonna go through, I'm gonna select each row, and we're going to go to position and center. And then I'm gonna do it this way. And then we're also gonna do it the other way too, because I want all of this stuff lined up really good. Now, if some of your images are taller than others, it may put it in a weird position, and we can manually adjust after we get everything aligned exactly where we want it. Because
actually, I think that I would probably take my 3 in the middle, select all of them. Nope, other way, that way. And then like manually with my keyboard, move it down like two bumps.
Okay.
Because that one is touching that one bow.
Also, like, I don't love this, and I feel like this is too far away. Sometimes even you can like switch the picture that's there, and it will fit better, if that makes sense.
Yes.
But I love all of this. Looks really good to me. Something right here is like off to me.
It's almost like that line needs to be all of it at the top. Does that make sense? Like if you select it all, and instead of centering it, you go to a line at the top.
Yeah, let's do this at the bottom too. I'm just curious now, because
that way it's all the way across.
Yeah, I like that
And
better.
honestly, can we take that middle bow?
I'm going to make this bigger because I liked it. Oh, it didn't do it. It didn't do it that time. So maybe it just copies on pictures just the duotone-ality. It's too big, ain't it?
It was a little bit. I was going to say take the bow in the middle, switch it with a bow in the top, because I feel like it's a lot skinnier and longer in that middle portion than it is in that corner.
Yeah.
Oh.
Look at it.
There we go.
There we go, people. I am going to shrink that back down to what it was. And I'm going to shrink this back down to what it was. Because I think I was just trying to compensate for that little hole.
Yeah.
Now, let's position all these to the top again and see what we think.
No. That looks...
I'm just going to bump them down.
Yeah.
That looks...
Eyeball it this time.
Sometimes you just got to eyeball it. It's just a part of it. And I'm going to also eyeball this down a little bit. It's too far away.
So, another big thing that I have noticed with Canva, go to that bow on the left.
This one?
Click on it. Do you see how there's so much extra room on the top and the bottom? It's going to align it based on the bounding box and not the image itself. So if you bump that bounding box as close as you can to your actual image, it's going to give you a lot better of an alignment.
Like a lot more accurate. Yeah.
Yeah.
The middle bow is long, but...
I like it where it's at. I think it looks good where it's at.
This is satisfying to me. Yeah, I think this looks good. Okay, so then from here, we've got everything designed exactly as we want it. So now we can title this Pumpkin Shirts. Now I'm printing this, I measured this shirt, but we're gonna resize, we'll resize it in Cricut Design Space. Okay, we're gonna go share and download. It's gonna be a PNG. I'm gonna do this with a transparent background in Canva. We have Canva Pro. Honestly, I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. You need to get Canva Pro. Just get it. It's just worth it. Like, if you're a crafter, you need Canva Pro. I don't know how else to put it. It's just, you can use it in so many aspects of your life. I have done all the girls'
birthday parties.
I mean, you name it. Flyers for random things, yard sale posts. I don't know. I just use it all the time on my phone even. Okay, it's downloaded. Now what we're gonna do is go to Cricut. Kathy Pendergast started my Canva course, did a bunch of classes, and I haven't been back. I need to start it back up again. I love watching all that Canva can do. Kathy, you got to get in there and do it. It's so fun. Okay, so now we're in Cricut Design Space. This is how we can cut our image out. Okay, so we're going to go to Uploads over here on the left. I'm going to select Upload Image, and then we're going to drag and drop our download. Here, maybe. Where'd it go? Okay, Pumpkin Shirt PNG. So you can just drag and drop.
Beautiful.
Look, she looks so pretty. And then we're just going to apply and continue. Now, if you don't have Canva Pro, but you do have access, you can remove your background.
I'm obsessed. Sarah says, I made a trip itinerary for my kids to stop asking questions about our vacation.
That's hilarious.
Period.
That's
Slay.
Yeah, thinking
Love that.
Smarter, not harder.
You could just even text it to them.
That's hilarious. Oh my gosh. See, you can do so many things with Canva.
Nakia, yes, this can be used on dark fabric. We love using it on darker fabric.
Yes.
We're just using it on white because that's what we have.
Yeah.
I mean, I can go try to find a colored shirt that would look good with pink. Can we do that real quick?
You can try.
I'll try.
You can try. This one has something on it, doesn't it?
Does it?
Oh, no, it doesn't. This is cute.
No, it's just a heathered oatmeal shirt. I'll be right back. Let me go see what kind of colors we've got.
I love a heathered oatmeal. I saw this girl on TikTok and she was making fun of Southern moms, and she was talking about, she was like, and you can go in there and you can get a bubbled smock, and everybody was like, what's a bubbled smock? And I was like, I know what that is because I'm country, but like, I guess other people might not know what a bubbled smock is. I love a heathered oatmeal shirt. So that's heathered oatmeal if you're wondering. Okay, back to the tutorial. So we have our background removed. Now, if you do not have Canva Pro, but you do have Cricut access, you can remove the background at this step instead. But since we already did it in Canva, we don't have to do that, lucky for us. and I'm gonna hit apply and continue. Okie dokie. Those of you that have not completed your Canva course, that's my challenge for you this week. Get back in the Canva course. I need like 5 to 6 courses completed. Okay, that's my challenge for you.
I've got options.
Okay, Lauren's brought options for sure.
Well, this one was just dark. I thought the pink would pop on that.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Just so they see the dark.
Okay.
I thought this also might be fun.
Yeah.
Pink and purple. I don't know.
Let me see.
And then this was just another gray. So I think I
I'm
like
digging
that
the
one
black.
better.
I'm digging the black.
Yeah, I like that one.
Okay, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Now that one is an extra large.
I know.
So it's going to be a little bigger.
Okay.
But I thought that might be a good way to show them how they can, if they design it in Canva, how they can still. Oh, I bet I'm not on. Is my mic on? It is now.
Hello.
I just turned it off and back on. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Anyway, if it's too small, how you can like separate it out by
sections.
line.
Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna select flat graphic here, and then we're gonna select continue and upload, and then it's gonna pop into Design Space. Now you've got to remember, Cricut sometimes lags a little bit with big images, and this is a big detailed image. Already we're getting a warning because this image is 10.9 by 11.3, which is way too big for print and cut. Now, they do create Easy Color DTV wide format, but not everybody has a wide format printer. So I really want to show you guys how you could do this on an adult shirt, which could honestly be its own tutorial. Do we want to show them? Do you guys want to see me do this on an adult shirt? Because I'm probably gonna have to print it on 2 8.5 by 11 pieces of paper.
Okay.
Do we want to show them? Okay, we'll show you guys. No one said yes, but we're gonna.
Yeah, I'm saying yes.
Okay.
Because I feel like the majority of people are gonna want to see, like, this is a very large design.
Right.
It really is.
Especially when you get it on, you could do this just printed on an 8.5 by 11 sheet of this for a kid's shirt, because like we were saying earlier, it's only like 7 inches. But if you're wanting to do this on an adult shirt and you don't have a wide format printer, you're going to have to break your design up if you want it to look good.
Yes.
All right, let's do it, guys. Let's do it. Now, I don't have this in the printer.
Okay, I'll take it.
Here, just take.
We'll just take 3 or 4. There we go. Beautiful. Or 12.
Take 27. It's fine. Okay, so this is our design. Now let's measure our shirt because we want to make sure that we are making this as big as we need it to be. Now, if you're going to sell these, you better pre-wash them or buy pre-shrunk cotton. A lot of people don't like to pre-wash, but you can buy pre-shrunk cotton. That way, when it does get washed, it doesn't shrivel up your vinyl, because that is not cute.
Not cute.
Not cute at all. So we want this like 11-ish.
Well, okay, so
11-ish?
you also have to think, you have to keep it under 11.
Because for the wide format.
Huh?
For wide format?
Oh, no, not for wide
Oh,
format.
yeah,
for today.
Yeah.
We have to keep it under 11 inches wide.
You're right. It would have told me. It would have been like, hey, you can't do that. So then we'll, like 10.5. It'll still be fine. So what I am going to do, right now we're at 10.9 by 11, and it's too big. Like, it's going to not let us.
You're going to have to do it 10, is it not 10.5? Well, 10.5 width?
Yeah, I think 10.5 will do it.
That should do it.
No, it would have to be the biggest number is 10.5. Hold on. No. Auto resize image is going to put us, for a normal print and cut, it's going to put us there.
Yeah, but that's because you've not separated it out yet.
Right. I'm just saying. So, okay, so let's go ahead and make it as big as we want it. And then we're going to take a shape. Is this how you would do it?
That's how I would.
Okay. Take a shape, and I'm going to unlock it. I'm debating on, I think I'm going to cut the top. Like, ooh, maybe we won't be able to, because that little corner. Can we cut the bottom off? Oh, yeah. Okay, so I'm going to take just a rectangle and make sure you covered your entire row. Okay, then we're going to select all of this. So you're selecting the pumpkins as well as the rectangle. I can see a little bit of my image poking out on the bottom there. And I'm going to select them both, and we're going to hit slice. Okay, now I'm going to pull away these layers, and look. Magic. Now, why is it giving me a warning over here? But it's not, because I don't have anything down there anymore. Let me try something. You see how it's like thinking that it's still wide?
Mm-hmm.
It's not. I'm just going to take another rectangle and go over top of all this and see if it'll slice off that bottom edge. I'm just trying it out here. I cut something off. It's okay. Why is it still telling me? Listen, do we need to do it in 3 layers? I don't know why it's saying that. So 8.5 by 11, it's still 10.5 is just too wide. So you know what? We're just gonna do it in 3 rows. Why not?
What do you mean?
It's like not gonna let me do. It's too big. Let's see if we can do it from down here. This bow and this bow are intersecting at the cut line. This is just the kind of things you deal with, guys. I mean, we can cut it like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Slice them and dice them. Whatever it takes to get that pretty design, y'all. That's all we care about. Okay, now we've got 1, 2, 3 pieces. It's still giving me a warning.
It's because when you're slicing, it's
not taking away my bounding box. I know.
Yeah.
Let's save it and reload. Because it shouldn't do that.
No, it shouldn't. But
Okay.
But Cricut has been. Oh, I know. I see where it happened.
What? Did I cut something off?
Yeah, just very tiny.
Can you see it?
I can see it on screen. Yes'm, yes'm.
Okay, we're gonna go pumpkin shirt. We're gonna save it. Change your shape. Brandy has a good point. Change your shape to the guideline.
No, she was saying the shape that you sliced out of.
Would that help it? Would
No. What has happened is that pumpkin that's in the middle on the left, if you zoom in and look very closely,
It's cut off.
there's like a little sliver.
Okay, I don't care about that. I can't see it from here.
No, you can't.
Oh, I see.
You see it
Yeah,
now?
I see it. It's okay.
So that's why it's now still giving the bounding box on that side.
Oh.
That's why the bounding box is that big.
But why was it earlier? I didn't think.
Because you probably cut off a little tiny, like something microscopic you couldn't even see.
You guys, okay. Should we just pull it back in and do it the right way then? And make sure I don't cut a little teeny tiny sliver off? Let's just do that from the top. It'll be so fast. Add to canvas. Now, pull in a rectangle. We are not going to chop off any parts of our bows, you guys. Thank you for telling me to do better. Okay. I think it's covered. Do you guys see?
And I don't know that change it to guide. Change your square to guide.
So we can see it.
Yes. There you go.
And then,
Slice.
beautiful. Okay.
Yeah.
Delete all your layers. Look, we've got a row here. Let's just delete all this business. This is just too much.
That's too much. There you go.
Okay.
Now.
Wow. And then I'm going to let's resize these down to, what did we say, 10.5? Okay, we're gonna have to still do 3 rows though. Okay, so we will just chop off one of these sections. Y'all still with me?
Mm-hmm.
So
Make sure you turn it into a guide to double check.
Oh yeah, measure twice, cut once.
That's right.
What
Measure
does that mean?
more like for me, it's measure twice, cuss once.
Measure twice, cut once.
That's my style.
That's hilarious. I'm going to cut this one out because that one was way too close. So select them both, and then we're going to slice. Beautiful. There we go. I'm glad we had this talk.
So now they can all fit on a piece of DTV.
Yes. Okay.
And this will be really good because you still have your square of 4 that you can start with and build there.
Right.
And then go over to the left side, add those 2 and line them up, and then line that bottom one up.
Yeah. I mean, I don't prefer to do it this way, but this is what we got to do to make it be cute and fit your shirt the correct way. Okay, so we're using the Explore 3 today. Maybe I should turn my machine on. And all of this is ready to go. Let's go to Make It. Now, don't be alarmed when we get over here and it looks like this. This is because we had to break it up. Yeah, it's going to look weird because we had to make it bigger so everything's split up.
But it's all good.
It's all good. Okay, we're going to hit Continue. And we're going to send to the printer. And we're using the Canon TS9500 Series 2. I am going to keep the bleed on because we're using full color images and I do not want any white showing in case my calibration is slightly off. And then I'm going to use the system dialog. I always use the system dialog when printing things for projects because I get the best quality. So now, select print. I'm going to pull this down because sometimes the dialog box pops up behind the computer. And I'm going to feed from rear tray. And I'm going to hit best quality. We have a rear feed printer. I personally like rear feed for stuff like this because it just gives me better quality. That paper is a little bit thicker than normal paper. So anything that's thicker, you're going to want to feed through your rear tray. And then we're going to hit print. Beautiful. And then we're going to go to browse all materials and type in printable. And we're going to get lots of options. Okay, there's like printable vinyl, specialty, lots of this is sticker paper. I go with printable iron-on light. That is my cut setting for Caesar Easy Color DTV, and I'm going to grab this. There is no mirroring with Easy Color DTV.
This is one thing that you have to make sure that you remember because sometimes especially in our brains when we're thinking, oh, it's heat transfer, or it's heat transfer vinyl, it's going on a shirt, we always have to mirror it. Caesar Easy Color DTV is a little bit different. It's going to print just like your regular print and cut. So if you were printing on sticker paper, if you were printing on cardstock and you were just doing a regular print and cut image, the Caesar DTV is going to be just like that. It has to come through your printer just the same because we're picking it up off of the backing, pulling it over and pressing it onto the shirt. We're not taking it and flipping it upside down. That's when you mirror your image, is when you have to take something, for example, heat transfer vinyl, and you have to flip it upside down to put it on your mat. That's why we mirror, because it cuts backwards and then we flip it back over the right way and then it's correct. So this one you are not going to mirror at all. No mirroring for printable heat transfer vinyl, or at least not Caesar Easy Color DTV. Now, right now would be a great time to...
It looks so pretty.
That looks beautiful.
Look how
those colors turned out phenomenal.
I know, I love the colors. I'm obsessed. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and put this one on here and send it to our machine, and then we can print the other one. So you're just gonna line this up to the top left corner. Make sure you're as close to lining it up accurately as you can possibly be. And then back on share screen, it's just letting us know we only need our fine point blade for this, nothing crazy. And then we're just gonna pop this into our Cricut. Okay. And then, oh, is there an update where the mirror is automatic? Like for HTV, if you select everyday iron on?
I don't know.
That's a big deal. Okay, then once our play button lights up, we're just gonna hit enter and then that will start cutting. The colors are gorge.
Gorgina,
Bobina. I'm gonna turn.
Are you using that or are you using the heat press?
I'm debating now because we've like broken it up into 1,000 pieces. I guess if I can get the transfer tape. Is this on?
No, not yet. That's why I was gonna turn it on for you if you needed it.
A part of me feels. Let's just use the heat press.
Okay.
I forgot it was back there, honestly, you guys. I use the mini Easy Press for everything. Did I tell you that? Tell y'all that before? I literally use it for everything. Okay. And I want to show you guys what the bleed looks like on this. You'll really be able to see the bleed whenever I weed it. You can like tell where the bleed was.
I literally didn't realize I was in the background of that angle.
It's okay. Does this work better than the StarCraft printable HTV? I don't have as much experience with the StarCraft brand. I will tell you, if you do not let the Caesar Easy Color sit for at least 24 hours before you wash it, it's going to come off.
Oh, yeah.
I learned that the hard way.
But, the good thing about it is it does press back down beautifully. So I'm going to use Ruby's little bulldog shirt for an example.
Oh, yeah.
Alicia's daughter, Ruby, she made like a Georgia Bulldog shirt for her when she was little a couple years ago. Ruby has worn the snot out of that shirt.
Yeah.
You said every Saturday almost during football season, right?
Probably, yeah.
And it's been washed. First of all, this has been on a toddler, mind you.
Yeah.
You all know how toddlers are. They don't take care. They don't take care of their clothes. There's something on it all the time. So, what I was saying is the fact that you washed it, and then at one point there was like a corner that kept coming up. Right. But you wanted to see if it would press back down. So we pressed it back down so that it could now be passed on to be Georgia's shirt.
Yeah, and it
it pressed back down beautifully after it had been washed multiple times.
Isn't that crazy?
That's wild to me.
This didn't cut. I think my blade is messed up or something. I think it might not have been all the way down. I'm not 100% sure because like it acted like it was cutting, but then it didn't. So we're gonna send like it did. There's no like cut stuff on it. Now the backer on these is not sticky. It's like electrostatic. So that I peeled up that corner and it's like trying to come up. So we're gonna kind of babysit this. Because it's gonna try to scan those. I'm hoping it scans it still. Cross your fingers. I've never got my hair caught in the Cricut, but that would be a funny story to tell.
Would it be funny or would it be tragic?
It'd be funny later. It would be tragic today. I'm hoping it reads it. Really, I probably could have taped that down and it would be fine. But yeah, I thought it was amazing that you could just repress the shirt.
Now, Donna did have a very good suggestion. Donna said, after 24 hours, I hit my edges of the TV with a Teflon sheet and my mini Easy Press. I found it shrinks a tiny bit when it cools, so I double heat the edges. Now, no problems.
Nice. Okay.
Babysit that. Don't watch the comments. Babysit that piece of DTV,
well,
please.
we already kind of got past the corner, so and it's
good?
cutting, so I'm feeling good.
Okay. Okay.
It shouldn't bleed, you guys. The ink should not bleed when you wash these. I haven't had any experience with bleeding, and actually that Bulldog shirt was out there, but I think I took it to my house. It was red and black and white, and like there was no bleeding. I would say if it's bleeding, I don't know. If it's bleeding, are you using the Caesar Easy Color DTV or another brand? Tanya, I layered flock, then puff vinyl stayed on the flock, but the flock just pulled right off in one piece. That's
really? Stinks. Oh my goodness.
What is happening?
What?
It's just like not cutting. Like just not cutting it. Like not at all. Like, I don't know what it's doing here. Hello. Can you go grab my machine, maybe?
Yeah, let me just go grab a different machine really quick. You'll have to go back and change from a
I'm going to just send it to the printer again. Okay, we're going to reprint this and change machines. Normally, like, we will troubleshoot stuff with you all on a live stream, but we could be here for a while, so I'm not going to do that. We're just going to act like the machine worked just fine. I don't want to confuse you guys a bunch. So we're just going to reprint this and cut it on the maker. Usually the Explorer 3 is really good, though, so I'm not hating. The Explorer 3 is my second favorite machine. Oh. Thanks. Here's this.
That one don't? Oh, that does.
This one don't.
No, we need the other one. Let me go grab mine.
Okay. We'll pop this baby down here. And then I'm going to send this to the printer. All right. Okay, there was a critical error. We might have to go all the way out. You got it?
Let me turn my mic back on. Okay.
I'm going to change this to, we are using a Maker, my personal favorite machine. This is my pride and joy.
Pride and joy. Here you go. She's not on
dirty
yet.
in the light. I don't see her.
She's a dirty girl.
Wow. Throwback to that TikTok that you made forever ago. Lauren made a TikTok.
Oh, yeah. That was like one of our first TikToks we ever made.
This is Tammy, my dirty girl.
Dirty girl.
You know why they call her.
You know what they call her.
You know why they call her that. Okay, I thought I sent this to the printer, but maybe I didn't. Okay, print. And rear feed. And best quality, always print best quality. It's the only way. It's the only way to achieve the crispy colors. Those colors that we just printed, that's because we picked best quality.
Okay, so Brandy, did you answer Brandy's question? I'll answer it.
Nope.
Because if you thought it, so Brandy said, why is it cutting each image separately? That is because we did not put it, number one, if it was to cut it all out together, it would have had to have been flattened on a, let's say a square or whatever. So it has to cut each image out separately, just like if we were cutting this out of HTV or permanent vinyl. Now, the secret sauce lays in the fact that when you weed it, you're going to use your strips. You're going to keep it down on the backing. That way you use your heat transfer mask to lay it down and keep it all together. It is perfectly fine. We want it to cut out each individual image. However, you're going to have to be very careful and very specific on how you cut your heat transfer mask and lay it down over each individual line, if that makes sense. And we'll get there, and it's going to start making a lot more sense when we start cutting it, when we start laying that heat transfer mask down, and then start laying it on our shirt, okay? So, I'm gonna go through some of our other questions that we have. Let's see. Are you printing with Add Bleed on? Yes, we are printing with Add Bleed on. In case you missed that, the reason that we are printing with the bleed on with this one is because we are printing full color images, meaning we want that color to go all the way to the edge, and we want zero room for error. So we want to make sure we have a little bit of extra color in case our machine is off by just a hair.
Okie dokie. So we're going to use Browse materials. We're going to go printable, iron on light, done, and then we are going to send this into our machine. All right, and as you guys can see, like, we also experience like normal hiccups with crafting, like it not cutting or like the colors being off and things like that. So
we did have someone ask, could you layer this on flock and using like the flock is the offset? I've never tried it. I don't know.
Try it.
Also, who was it that said, oh, it was Tanya.
Talking about puff and flock?
About the flock coming off. Okay, number one, what were your heat settings on flock? Because if you pressed it with the same heat settings that you have to press puff with, I can promise you it's gonna come off because it was not hot enough. Flock has to actually get quite hot for it to press. Yes, because it's such a thicker material.
I've only pressed flock like 3 times. I haven't used flock a lot.
It just has to be a little bit hotter, or actually has to be hotter than puff, because puff, you know, works at such a low temperature, like 280
10 seconds, yeah,
or even lower than that.
Yeah.
Flock, I want to say is, let me just look and tell you.
Okay.
Let me just look.
Do it. Okay. I'm gonna pre-press my shirt while that's cutting. Always pre-press your shirts. Word to the wise. Can y'all see me? Can you see me? I'm just gonna do it for like 10 seconds or so, just to get the moisture out. Getting the moisture out's the main thing. I was working with some puff the other day, and I was like, I'll just skip the pre-press. Don't do that. Don't be like me. It did not adhere my puff as well, and it's just not a good choice.
Oh, it's not as hot as I thought, though. It's 310.
Oh, that's not bad. Huh. Okay, now I'm gonna weed this, and y'all can see the bleed right here. If I hold this up, y'all see how there's like a pink rim? That is the bleed. So now when it cuts, the color goes all the way to the edge, rather than giving us any like whites off a little bit. Look how good it weeds. I mean, unmatched, truly. I love it. Now what I'm gonna do is, first of all, I hate putting transfer tape on while my vinyl is on the mat. You won't catch me doing that. I'll put the vinyl on while it's on the table. That's just who I am as a person. Do you put transfer tape on?
Do you want to go ahead and send that other one to the printer and let it be printing?
Yeah.
That way I can go grab it while you're doing all that.
Sure. Okay. We're going to print, and we're going to...
Beautiful.
Send it from the rear tray, best quality, and print. Okay. It's going. Now, this is my transfer tape. I just peeled off the backer. We're going to pop this guy on here. Okay, beautiful. And then we can actually separate these. I'm just going to cut this like so. Ooh, I'm so excited. This is going to be so cute. I'm going to go ahead. I just like to trim this up as close as I possibly can, because I think we should press it all at one time, because you don't want to overwork the vinyl. So we'll see. Once we get that other one in here, we'll see. And you can even, like, if you don't have a heat press and you're just using like an iron, you can do them individually. I like to like lay it all out and make sure everything's exactly where I want it to be. Okay, beautiful. And y'all, you can see how like soft this material is. Even when you weed it, it's so bendy, and it just flows with your shirt, which is why I really like it.
I love it.
Me too. Me too. It just feels good. Feels high quality, you know. It's probably coming out behind it. I think I had sent 2 earlier.
Okay.
Is it coming?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. So does anybody have questions while we're waiting on that? The transfer tape is reusable, and y'all, little bit of advice. If you have HTV that you've used and you want to reuse it, you can. Like if you got the transfer tape.
The transfer tape from Heat Transfer Vinyl, you can slap it, especially if you have a big design, you can slap it on the side of your workstation and save it for later, and use it for the Caesar DTV if you want to.
Kathy's asking how many times you can use it. You can use it until it's not sticky anymore.
I have used from heat transfer vinyl, the tape after I'm done, I've slapped it on and used it probably 4 or 5 times easily.
There you go. I used to reuse the heck out of adhesive transfer tape.
Oh, I've reused adhesive, heat transfer, all of them.
In my at-home craft room before I had kids, my closet door was my adhesive vinyl sticker wall. I just would stick it on my closet door.
I mean, me and Alicia were literally just talking about this earlier. We are crafty people for a reason. We're not just crafty in we can make things. I feel like if you're crafty and you can make things, you're also crafty and you can figure out how to reuse things and not waste so much money.
Yeah, like we're resourceful.
We're crafty. If you are crafty, you're also very resourceful.
Yeah, it's like hand in hand, honestly.
Yes.
Nobody has any questions? Okay, cool. So I was just telling them, Lauren, I think I want to press it all at once.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to press, I'm going to like.
No,
so
I think that would be great to press it all at once.
I may just have to like trim up my, like if it overlaps with my transfer.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. Oh, it's going to look so cute. Oh my goodness. I love it.
Now, if you are here and you want to recreate this same design, or you want to really go back and truly, I feel like we've done a lot of stuff here today. And if you didn't have those foundational skills of how to use your Cricut and how to work in Cricut Design Space, you might feel lost right now. But what you can do is you can jump in on our dollar trial that we have going on right now. And you can jump in that 30 days to master your Cricut and see exactly what we are about. I feel like the reason we have such a good offer with our dollar deal trial is because we stand behind what we do here in our office. We stand behind our membership. We feel like you truly are going to get everything out of what you put into it. But you can try us out if you're not very sure, you're on the fence. You can try us out for $1. You get 20 download credits. Plus, you are going to get 7 days unlimited access to our website as well. So,
Love it.
now I do want to let you guys know, if you don't cancel before the 7 days is over, you then become a monthly member. But y'all, it's worth it.
Kathy, my paper says through heat transfer paper. Do I still have to use tape? I don't, Kathy, reword the question and I'll try to answer it. Caesar flock is like almost velvet vinyl.
Yes.
It's not like, we've worked with like crushed velvet vinyl, but it feels very velvety or like velour almost.
Yeah.
Like peach fuzz.
Peach fuzz.
Yeah. It just gives, it's like a textural specialty material that we add onto things. Okay, so I'm just weeding this off. I mean, this stuff weeds like butter. If you got your cut settings right, it weeds so good. Okay, and now we've got to put our transfer tape on this. Now I could, like y'all were asking, can I reuse it? I could technically reuse it, but I want to press this all at the same time. So I am going to put my own second sheet of transfer tape on here. Okay, and then I'm going to cut it apart. And we're gonna lay all these on the t-shirt at once because we're gonna press them at once. So this is actually the right corner. Okay. So let me line them up and see where I might need to trim. We may not have to trim. I think this bottom of this pumpkin maybe. I'm going to trim the top of this bow right here because it's kind of overlapping. Honestly, this whole top edge, we're just going to cut this whole top edge out. Okay. I'm going to trim this one up too. Now, if this was just a toddler shirt, we wouldn't even really have to do this. Or if you had wide format, you wouldn't have to do any of this either. You would just print it on wide format and you'd be good to go. Okay. I think that's good. I think I want to start, I'm going to like lay these on there, but I really want to stick down that bottom layer first, personally. Okay. Do we have a t-shirt guide in here? We sure do. So this is just a t-shirt guide. It is, we'll go overhead. It's just going to show you the center of your shirt, and this lines up with the collar, so I know how much space to put in between. If you don't have one of these, you can print them off, just like literally anywhere on the internet, or you can use 3 fingers. This one's kind of 4 fingers, but 3 fingers has always been the rule since I've ever known. And I'm just going to place that there, and then kind of, we're doing a sloppy copy or a rough draft. Okay. So I'm just lining that up. And then I need to pull my shirt up because this design goes really far down. Okay. And I already pre-pressed my shirt. Remember, we did that already. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna have to press these separately, right?
Is it just because it
just
doesn't fit within the 15 by 15?
Yeah, no, because it's overlapping. Like even this transfer tape's gonna overlap. Do you see what I'm saying? Also, it's not grabbing. But you see how it's over, like the transfer tape's gonna overlap.
Well, it doesn't matter if the transfer tapes overlap as long as the backing of this doesn't, if there's not transfer tape underneath that. Does that make sense?
Yes.
It doesn't matter that the transfer tapes overlap.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Then let's peel, I'm gonna peel this one off. I'm hoping the transfer tape is gonna pick this up.
Ooh, I didn't mean to grab that one. While you do that one and place that one down, I'll come in here and burnish this side down.
Yeah, burnish the back for me.
Burnish it down.
So we're peeling the backer off. The backer.
Because I just think that's the only problem. Is it just needed
a little burnish.
A little burnishing.
A little burny. Okay. The good thing about heat transfer vinyl is it doesn't stick down. The only thing that'll stick is the transfer. So if you stick it down, you're like, ooh, that's not straight. You can pull it back up again and move it around. So the adhesive does not activate until you apply heat to it. Okay.
There's this little guy for you.
Oh my gosh, y'all are gonna die. These colors look so good. They look so cute. Okay.
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 Somebody did ask a question. This is a StarCraft. Oh no.
StarCraft, clamshell, heat press. Very expensive. Very loyal.
Not in stock.
Very demure.
Very cute.
Very out of stock.
Very demure. Very out of stock.
Yeah, probably. There's lots. Listen,
HTV Raw is a great one.
Mm-hmm. They have a auto press too. If you're not one that likes to pull down, or if you have troubles with your shoulders and stuff. Brandy, right now we are going to press our shirt. Lauren is burnishing the back because the transfer tape did not want to come off.
Got it.
So we have our 3 little pieces. We took off the back, and now we're putting it onto our shirt, and we're going to press it. I'm just making sure everything is lined up. Now, I'm going to take this t-shirt guide off because it's plastic. We don't want to melt that. But I can show you guys what the shirt looks like before we press it. Just because we're doing it with a weird design, I kind of want to show y'all. This is what it looks like. See, it's kind of like, this is why I was freaking out, because I was like, wait, is it gonna pull? So I've cut into it so that it's not gonna overlap where the vinyl is, okay? Now, let's put this back on our heat press. I wish we had like an overhead camera so y'all could see what was going on.
Or like something we could move so you could see it on the heat press thing.
Yeah, better. but that's just how it is. Okay, you don't need a protective sheet technically. The transfer sheet is the protective sheet. Okay, is this 60 seconds normally? I feel like I normally do 60 seconds, and we're at 280. It's set to 50, so the alarm may go off, and we'll just put it in there for 10 more seconds.
For like, you know.
We'll count to 10, it's fine. So 60 seconds.
No.
What? We're at 20.
15.
Beautiful. And this is a warm pill. This is a warm pill.
It is.
So we had 280 for
Warm to
15
hot.
seconds. It's a warm to hot pill. The colors, you guys, you just are not even going to believe it. They just look so good.
Was ours set to 280?
Yeah,
but
but
it says online that it is 310.
Well, I've done it at lower temp before, so I wasn't like really super worried about it because I think I was doing some puff and printable.
That looks so cute.
Yeah.
You know that's in our size.
It is, isn't it? Ooh, it's so cute. Look. So Caesar website says 310 for
15 seconds.
Yeah, but we
did areas of design lift after application, replace cover sheet and repress for 5 to 10.
If what, you do that?
If areas of design lift after application, replace the cover sheet and repress for 5 to 10 seconds.
Okay, but listen, we did this at lower temp for longer time, and like
it's giving.
It's giving. Yeah, it like feels so good. It feels like a part of the shirt. Like I don't even know how to describe it to you guys. Does this not look incredible?
Now, you can do a second press on these with a Teflon sheet if you want, if for some reason you feel like you want to make it look a little bit more matte. You can do like a
It's pretty matte though.
Yeah, it is.
It's very matte.
Very cutesy, very demure, very...
I just love it. Okay. All right. Any questions? Sorry, this one I feel like was a little bit all over the place, but like also we did a lot of really good training on this. So
we did a lot of good training on this.
Yes.
We taught you guys how you can design it in Canva. We taught you how to take a PNG and change the colors in Canva. We taught you how to then bring it into Design Space and resize it. And if it's too big for print and cut, we taught you how to separate it out.
Yeah. So lots of training in this tutorial. So
yeah.
Hopefully you guys
Lindsay, demure is actually, I feel like it's going to be the word of the last half of 2024, if we're being honest.
It must be.
If we're being honest. Now, fun fact, in case y'all didn't know, I didn't want to confuse you while we were doing the tutorial, but they could, correct me if I'm wrong, it would just... Never mind, I'm not even going to say
what?
it. I'm not even going to say. I was thinking you could create each of these lines, like you could design it and then put each of these 3 lines on 3 different pages in Canva and save them all separately so you don't have to slice it in Cricut if you wanted to.
Yeah. Yep.
But I didn't want to say that earlier because I know that can be confusing for some people.
Yeah. And that's why sometimes it's hard for us to teach certain design aspects because of that reason, because there are 20 ways to do it and we try to do it the best way and the most efficient way that we think that you all will like. But if there's ever another way and you're like, I think it'd be easier this way, do it that way. Like do it whatever way works best for your brain, because I think that's what it is. We're just all using our creativity differently, and that's just the way it is.
Now, if you wanted to, first of all, Mary says, would it have all printed through Canva on one sheet? So it would have printed in Design Space on one page if we were doing it on a smaller shirt. If you print it from Canva, you cannot cut it on your Cricut. The Canva is a design software. However, it does not, just for designing, it does not speak the Cricut's language.
Right.
There's a language barrier between Canva and Cricut. So you have to take what you design in Canva, put it through, the way I like to think of it is put it through Google Translate, download it as a PNG, upload it into Cricut Design Space, and now Cricut Design Space speaks the same language your Cricut does, and they can talk to each other.
Exactly. There was somebody was asking questions. Oh, how was my craft fair? It was good. I'm not going to be doing any craft fairs anytime soon, but it was not a fail. I just am too busy. I have too many young children. So
for sure. We did have the hex codes. Go get the hex codes.
I'll get them for you. Now, if you download these files, if your maker's going to learn, you can just literally copy it. Okay, let's go to edit. Let me go to duotone and see. They should be listed here. Okay, got your pencils ready? Our light pink color was F2DDE. And then our shadow color was BB5D68. BB5D68. And I think these are like pretty much the same, pretty close. They're a little bit different. Is that okay? Do you guys want those too? I'll give you those really quick. So the other pumpkin is F2D, 8DB, F2D, 8DB, and then the dark color was AE3D43. AE3D43. Beautiful.
But yet it must. I love it.
All right.
So Lindsay said, I was thinking print the image as a template from Canva to help line it back up. You can if you want to, but really and truly, if you do this in like rows, then it shouldn't be that hard to line it back up. And even when you do line it back up, you're not gonna be able to notice. I don't think you'll notice if it's off just a smidgen.
Yeah, I agree.
I think we're all very design savvy that we can pretty much eyeball it to the best of our ability, and it looked really good. So.
Yeah, I agree. Tony says, Lauren, wow.
Thanks. You know, this is the first time I've ever had a haircut where people are like stopping me saying like, wow, your hair looks good.
Because it's different.
Because it's so different, I guess.
Yeah, it is because it's different, but I love it. I'm going to show it to my sister and tell her to get her haircut like that.
Do it.
Because I've been begging her to get a shag haircut for like 3 years. I'm like, just do it. Just commit.
You know, I tried to get this kind of reaction out of people when y'all have never seen me blonde, but surprisingly, I was blonde at one time.
You were not a blonde girl,
actually.
Though. I feel like you're just not a blonde girl. Like,
yeah, I was blonde out of spot. We'll just leave it at that. Just because somebody told me I wouldn't look good blonde, so I went blonde and I proved them wrong.
Yeah.
And then I was just like, not me.
Yeah.
So anyway,
it's not your like vibe.
It was not my vibe for sure.
Imagine if I had blonde hair or dark hair even.
I still stand beside the fact that I think you should still do like the split dye bangs.
Oh yeah.
Not bangs, like leave your pieces here.
Yeah.
This side be blonde, this side be red.
Who knows? That's kind of what I've been doing. I'm kind of more blonde and then more red.
Yeah.
Anyways, if I come in with new hair, then you guys know what happens.
You know what happened.
So, anyways.
Back to our regularly scheduled programming. If for some reason, and this is one thing that we didn't talk about earlier, Sadie, get ready to drop a link. If you want to learn how to use Canva and become a Canva pro, we do have a course called Digital Design for Creatives.
Yes.
That if you've not jumped in on that and you want to learn more about Canva, you can do that. It is a very, very in-depth course, thank you. It's a very in-depth course talking about Canva, all the different things you can do in Canva, plus we teach you how to marry Canva with your Cricut. Remember, I told you they spoke different languages?
Right.
Well, we're gonna teach you how they can communicate with each other.
Yes, love it. Do the classes apply to Cricut Joy? Any of our classes apply to Cricut Joy.
Yeah.
So,
if it's as long as you size your designs down to fit the Cricut Joy. Now there are going to be some things that we do that use adaptive tools.
Yeah,
but
here and there. We try to do stuff that everybody can do. So, all right. Well, we'll be back tomorrow, but it'll just be Lauren.
It's just gonna be me tomorrow. If you've ever been curious about sublimation or you want to learn more about sublimation, tomorrow you need to be here tomorrow, and we're actually going to be live on Thursday as well. It will be me and Alicia back here with you on Thursday. So tomorrow is going to be a very informative, like, get to know sublimation, figure out more about it if you don't know already. Tomorrow is going to be a very informative, heavy live. So show up ready to learn with your pencil and your notebook.
Yes.
And then ask in your pencil and notebook, write down all your questions. I want you to write them down because Thursday, we're coming back together on Thursday. And on Thursday, we're going to sit down with you and we're going to answer all of your questions.
Break it all down.
Break it all down. Talk about sublimation. We're going to really do a deep dive into that and ask and answer your questions because it can be confusing if you don't know what it is or how it works.
Right. So, all right. Well, we'll see you guys tomorrow at 1:30.
Sounds great. Bye, guys.